And one. What is going on, online fitness coaches? Welcome to another episode of the Change Lives, Make Money Online Training Podcast. This is the #1 show for online fitness coaches who are trying to grow a successful online business. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about having a job versus being a full-time online fitness coach. So before we get into today's episode, I want to read out a rating from the Chic Chick. She said, "Thank you so much. I've been listening to your podcast and you literally light fire under my behind. Thank you for giving us things to think about and to work on for ourselves. Episode number 302, if you doubt yourself, you'll doubt everything, is powerful. And it's an episode that everybody should be listening to. So thank you, Jackie." Jackie, my girl, that's what I'm talking about. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the love, Jackie. I appreciate you. Thank you for tuning into the podcast. That means a lot to me. So guys, happy freaking Thursday. Before we get into today's episode, I want to kind of share with you guys some personal stuff. So I've been going through this transition where I just purchased Iron Energy Gym and we actually just took it over. So Iron Energy in West Kelowna is ours now. And it's been a transition because I've been working at managing my current business right now, managing PT Domination and also managing this gym, Iron Energy Gym. And so the way that I usually make my schedule is whenever I'm planning out my week, I always basically try to pack every single hour. So I have this I'm a savage mindset. So I'll start at 4 a.m. and I'll try to pack my day all the way till 7 p.m. so I can get the most amount of work done. But what I've been noticing in the last couple of weeks is by packing my schedule, I actually get less productive work done because it's almost I don't get a break throughout the day. So I'm feeling overwhelmed and tired throughout the day. So I'm working on this, learning how to say no. Because honestly, I'm a people pleaser. So when somebody asks me to do something, I'm like, sure. I always say yes. But now I'm realizing that that's actually causing me a lot of pain. So I'm deciding to learn how to say no more. And I'm also working on making more space in my schedule. So I figured that if there's any of you guys that are entrepreneurs that are trying to navigate and figure out how to pack your schedule or make your schedule, you really want to make sure that you leave space for yourself, because that's a lesson that I'm currently learning right now. Is you've got to leave space for personal time to unwind, to relax, to do whatever you want to do, go for a drive. But if you're an entrepreneur, don't just pack your schedule for the sake of packing it. You need to leave space for yourself. All right. So guys, a lot of people say they want to be an entrepreneur, right? A lot of people say that they want to be a full-time online fitness coach. This episode, what I want to do is I want to break down the pros and cons of both, because yes, there are a lot of benefits to being an entrepreneur. There are a lot of benefits to being a full-time online coach where you can travel the world and you're making $10,000 a month, and that's great. But I really do want to give you a breakdown of the pros and cons of being a full-time online fitness coach, helping people change their lives online. So what I want to do is I made a list of pros and cons for being an online coach versus having a job. So I'm going to walk through them with you guys, and I'm going to kind of break down what I think are the pros and cons of having a job. So we all know what having a job feels like, because most of us, pretty much everyone listening, is working, has a job, or either they have had a job or they do have a job right now. So let's talk about having a job pros. So the pros of having a job where you're paid an hourly wage to do XYZ, the first pro is security, right? I think we all know that feeling of knowing that we're going to get a paycheck every single 2 weeks. So having that security causes you no anxiety, because on every 2 weeks I'm going to get paid $1,000 or $1,500 or whatever, and that security is enough to relieve anxiety about what's coming next. So number one is security. Having a job, another one of the pros is stability, because you know your pay, you know how much money you're going to make, you can budget for your rent and your car and your mortgage and all that good stuff, right? So having a job also means that you have security. Having a job also means that you have safety, right? Because it's easy to know that you're going to be paid when you go to work. So there's that safe and secure feeling, which, by the way, if you're a personal trainer, that safety kind of got ripped away with COVID, but that is one of the pros of having a job. And I want to kind of be non-biased with my opinion. So the next thing is it's easy, right? It's easy. You don't have to think at all at your job, right? If you go to work, your boss basically tells you exactly what you need to do. It's easy. You don't have to think about it at all. You just go into work and you do your thing. And the last thing is structured, right? It's structured. You have somebody else telling you what to do. And so because you have that structure, you just go into work and you're like, okay, your boss says, do this, then do this, then do this, then do this. It's really easy. You just go into work and it's structured. So having a job, being paid for the hours that you work, makes you feel safe, makes you feel stable, and makes you feel secure. Now let's talk about the cons of having a job, because most of you guys that are listening to this podcast right now, the Change Lives, Make Money Online Trainer podcast, are listening to this podcast in hopes of being an online coach. So I want to talk about the cons of having a job. The first one is plateaued. I think that we all know the feeling of what it feels like to just be another cog in the machine, right? Where you're at work and you're just like another one of the team members in the machine. And it just kind of feels like, for me, like that feeling was the worst, because I just felt like I was just disposable, right? I was just another employee that was just, here working at this one place. Stagnant is the second con of having a job. Like knowing that you're not growing for me was enough to make me feel like I was crazy. Like usually at most jobs, there's like a cap, right? So it's either a cap on how much money you can make or a cap on the position that you can advance to. But that to me is like one of the biggest cons of having a job, is like just feeling stagnant, feeling stuck. This one I think for me hit settling. I think that having a job and, listening to podcasts like this, where that there are people that are successful at online coaching, really makes you feel like you're settling. Like you're settling for what you're doing right now. Like, yes, you're making enough money to pay your rent. Yes, you've got enough to get by. But at the end of the day, like when you feel like you're settling in life and you feel like you're not really pushing yourself and you're not playing to your full potential, that's it, right? And the last thing is unhappy. Even though you're safe and secure and stable, you're unhappy. So I think that having a job provides safety and security, but I put very rarely does it provide happiness, because for some people really like their job. And if you love your job, like kudos to you, that's amazing. But I think it's the plateaued and the stagnant and the settling and being unhappy, right? That's it. So what about being an entrepreneur? What about being an entrepreneur? Having your own online fitness business, being the boss, being the CEO of your own movement. I'm going to talk about cons first with being an entrepreneur, because all of us know the sexy stuff, like making money and traveling the world and having enough money to pay for your family, and like all that. That's the sexy stuff of entrepreneurship. That's what everybody wants. But there's actually a lot of downside to being an entrepreneur. So the downside for me is instability. Like entrepreneurship, if you're an online fitness coach, this, entrepreneurship comes with what I call ebbs and flows. Sometimes when you're an online fitness coach, it's amazing. Like you're on fire and you'll sell 10 clients in a week, and sometimes you'll sell 0, right? And even as an online fitness coach, you'll secure that recurring revenue, which is amazing. But sometimes, people will lose their jobs and they'll have to drop out of your program. So now it's like, there's instability. The second part about being an entrepreneur is the cons is it's like overwhelming. Like entrepreneurship means that you need to be consistently innovating. Like you have to constantly know what the market is doing, know where the trends are, know where everybody's attention is, know what features each app is pushing. And so that means, like, let's say as an example, online fitness coach, you got really good at like pre-recording videos for IGTV or swipe workouts. And now I'm telling you in the podcast that you need to be on TikTok and Instagram Reels. That's like overwhelming, because you're like, but I just spent all this time over here learning this stuff, and now you're telling me to do this? Like, what the fuck? But it's like, but that's entrepreneurship. You constantly have to innovate and you constantly have to adjust. So that's a downside, right? Another thing is like entrepreneurs, I'm sure most of my online coaches that can really attest to this and feel this, is you're constantly in fear. Like if you're an entrepreneur, you're constantly in fear, because everything that you want in your life is outside of your comfort zone, like outside of that like box that we put ourselves in. And so in order to grow and become the person that we need to become to make the $10,000 a month, or to hire the team members that we need to hire, or to sign the next 10 clients that we're working with in our online business, you are literally constantly in fear, constantly at the edge of your comfort zone, approaching your fears, getting on live streams, getting on sales calls, writing your content, putting yourself out there, getting vulnerable, all of it. You're literally constantly in fear as an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurship is also very challenging. It's very challenging. Like as an entrepreneur, you don't have somebody that's looking over your shoulder saying like, do this, then do this, then do this, then do this. Like you don't have a boss. And so it's challenging because you've got to get good at like, first of all, managing your time, right? Like how are you spending your time on a day-to-day basis? And you also have to get good at like making sure that you're not wasting time when you're supposed to be doing said task. And so it's like all of these, there's most online coaches experience a lot of resistance in terms of like transition from job to online, because it's almost like once they go into their online coaching business, there's this feeling of like, what do I do? Like, what do I focus on? Especially those online coaches that quit their job. They usually went into work for 8 hours and now they don't have to go to work. It's like, what do I do? It's like, it's challenging. You really do have to get good at time management. And last but not least, as an entrepreneur, as a full-time online fitness coach, I think it can be confusing. It can be very confusing. Like, where do you reach women who are over 40? Or like, what platform should I be on? Like, what platform should I be posting on? Or how do I track my ideal clients? Or what are the best types of content to be posting right now? Or what are the systems for my business? Or it's really hard to know which one's right for you. How do I sell clients? How do I get more clients on the phone? Like, there's so many different elements that go into running a coaching business that it can be very confusing for a new online fitness coach that's coming into the market. And they're like, what do I do? Being a full-time online fitness coach is hard. Like, I'm not going to like sugarcoat it. I think that it's pretty common for business coaches to sell this dream to you that like, if you follow their 1, 2, 3 step process system, that you're just going to be successful. And even with the best blueprint, and I'm not tooting my own horn, but I really do think the 10K Academy is amazing. I think it is phenomenal. I think it's simple and easy for online coaches to follow. But even with the best blueprint, you're still facing all of the fears that I talked about. Like, you've got to face your fears. You've got to manage your time better. You've got to like understand that there's going to be ebbs and flows. Some weeks are amazing, some weeks are not. And so it is hard, even with a blueprint, I'm not going to lie. But let's talk about the pros. The pros are the reason that I'm an online fitness coach. The pros are the reason that I love content creation. The pros are the reason that I love being an entrepreneur. The first one is freedom. Like, once you crack the code of online coaching, and those people that are in the 10K Coaching Academy that are over 10K a month, there's 92 of them, understand this feeling. It's freedom. Once you crack the code of online fitness coaching, you'll be able to quit your job, which means you're literally in full control of your schedule. If you want to pack up and go on a week-long road trip to the mountains and work from your computer while looking over Lake Louise, you can do that, right? Like, that's something that you can do because you have the freedom. If you want to move into a brand new, there's one of my clients literally messaged me this week. His name's Yannick. He's like, bro, I enrolled in your course last month. I made 10K in my first month, and I just moved into an apartment for the first time in my life, a brand new apartment. Freedom. He no longer has to like worry about how much money's in his account because he's making $10,000 a month. So he has freedom, total and complete freedom. The second thing is fulfillment, because I think that most online coaches come into the market because they're like, oh, I want to quit my job, or I don't like what I do. But it's like, for me, it's about fulfillment. Like, not only do you make money with your online coaching business, but as an online fitness coach, you also are making money because you help people lose weight and feel more confident in their own skin. Like, that's super, super fucking fulfilling. Like, knowing that the knowledge that you have in your head that you're giving to other people is allowing them to transform their life is super fulfilling. It's rewarding. It feels amazing. And it gives you a sense of purpose. The third pro of being an online fitness coach is there's literally unlimited fucking potential. One of my clients, his name's Don Lamb. He's in my 10K mastermind. He made $120,000 organically in 1 month as an online fitness coach with no paid ads. And he's got 2,000 Instagram followers. Like, that's what I mean by unlimited potential. Like, most people make 120K in a year would be good. Don Lamb did it in a month. So there's just like unlimited potential. I think the next thing is passion. Like, if you're a full-time online fitness coach and you're crushing it and your clients are doing amazing and you're signing a bunch of clients, there's like the amount of like passion and love that you end up feeling for what you do is just unmatched. It's unheard of. It's like you wake up every single day feeling like this like fire inside of you to serve and impact and change lives and step up and help more people. It's just this amazing, rewarding, fulfilling feeling, passion. And for me, there's two more. The next one is growth. Like as an online fitness coach, you're constantly growing into a better version of yourself. If you're in the 10K Academy and you're listening to this right now, can you let me know if you connect with this? Like, has the 10K Academy helped you grow into becoming a better person? Like not just inside of your business. I'm not just talking about like your business. I'm talking about like you as a person. Like if you're in the 10K Academy right now, do you feel like the 10K Academy has helped you grow into a better person, right? Into like a more, felt like a higher level of yourself. It's almost like everything you do is better because you're becoming an online fitness coach, because you're understanding this mindset, because there's like a successful like switch that went off in your head, and every element of your life is better as a result of flipping the switch. It's a total fucking growth. It's growth. It's like I am a new version of myself. So it's amazing. It's an amazing feeling. And the last thing is rewarding. Watching other people transform themselves underneath your knowledge and direction is fucking just unmatched. Like rewarding. It's the most fulfilling feeling in the entire world, getting a message from one of your clients being like, dude, you changed my fucking life. Like Vicky, you changed my life. Anthony, you changed my life. Mackenzie, you changed my life. That to me is like, to have somebody say that you changed their life is there's nothing like it, you guys. There's literally nothing like it. So okay, let's talk about risk versus reward, right? Because like now we've got the pros and cons of being an online fitness coach and the pros and cons of having a job. Like if you choose, let's talk about staying at your job. If you choose to stay at your job, this is what you're risking. You're risking the plateau, right? Like you're risking literally staying in the exact same place, knowing that you're just another cog in the machine. You're risking staying stagnant, like feeling like you're not growing, feeling like you're not progressing. You're risking this settling feeling like you're just kind of just sitting and like moving your way through life and paying the bills, and you're not really challenging yourself or doing anything to better yourself. You risk feeling unhappy. Like if you're working at a job right now that makes you unhappy and you stay there because it pays the bills, or because you're afraid to start your online coaching business, or because you feel like you're not ready, or you feel like you're not like qualified, or you feel like you don't have enough experience, or you feel like you don't have enough following. All of these things are just going to leave you feeling unhappy, because the longer you stay at your job, the longer you're going to stay plateaued, and the longer nothing happens. If you continue to stay at your job, you also risk never seeing freedom, fulfillment, unlimited potential, passion, growth. It's like in that rewarding feeling of changing somebody's life. Like, you know, if you stay at your other job, there's not going to be any room for you to make 10K a month ever. There's very few jobs that I've ever seen in the world that pay you $10,000 a month to do what you love. Very rare. So if you stay at your job, you'll never get to taste that. But the reward of trying to build your online coaching business is freedom to make $10,000 a month, to fulfillment, helping other people, unlimited potential, passion, you get to love what you do, growth. And the best feeling is as you're doing all these things, you get the most rewarding feeling knowing that you're changing people's lives. And guys, this is the best part. For those of you guys that are on the fence about like really going all in with your coaching business and seeing what the fuck you could do and seeing how far you could take it, this is the best part. Ready? Even if you failed at being an online fitness coach, and when I say failed, I mean like you tried for a year, you didn't get to 3K a month, you couldn't quit your job. Even if you failed as an online fitness coach, you can always go back to your other job. Like there will always be a job waiting. That's it. Even if you made, like, for some reason you completely failed, you can always go and work at another job. That's it. For me, it's like something that you guys need to understand is online coaching right now is popping. It's still popping. It's funny because I think that for the, like, from 2005 to 2015, it was like popping. And then from 2015 to 2018, it kind of slowed down a little bit. But now with TikTok and Instagram Reels, it's like, whew, it's right back up there. I have a client right now that has 311 followers on TikTok, and he made $7,000 off of TikTok so far in January. 311 followers. This client, by the way, if you're in the 10K Coaching Academy, is doing a training on exactly how I did it on Friday. So if you're in the 10K Academy, you're going to get to see how our client made 7K off of TikTok with 311 followers. Like, the opportunity's fucking here. And I don't know if it's always going to be here. Like, I don't know where the opportunity is going to be in like 3 to 5 years, but I just think that for those of you guys that are sitting on the fence and you're not sure if it's the right time, or you're not sure if you should, try to build your coaching business, like, get off the fence and stop waiting. Online coaching is such an incredible opportunity to take full control of your life and own it. Be in full control of your schedule so you can work when you want and not work when you want. Be in full control of where you work. So if you're bored at home, once COVID's done, if you're bored at home, you can travel to a different place. Even with COVID, you can travel to you can go for a week-long drive somewhere in your province. Like, there's always a way to find some sort of freedom in online coaching. But guys, that's it. Online coaching is the fucking way. Like, I am a little bit biased because I'm an online coach, but I also wanted to view it from both angles. Like, I understand why a lot of people do have a job. Like, I really do. There's a lot of benefits. But for me, like, the risk of having a job outweighs the reward of having a job. And I see so much potential and opportunity and just like ability to completely change your life with online coaching. And I think, to me, like, that, I'm willing to spend the rest of my fucking life pursuing that. So that's it. That's all. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is the Change Lives, Make Money Online Trainer podcast, the #1 show for online fitness coaches who are trying to grow successful online business. If you got value from today's episode, I want you to go to the podcast, go over to the episode. If you scroll all the way to the bottom and you leave me a star review and a written review, I will give you a shout out on the podcast. That's it. That's all. Hope you guys have the best day of your entire life, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.